Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of the Bard's Tale Trilogy. I'm going to be continuing on at Dargoth's Tower. So I actually cleared
Hello, everyone.
the crypt yesterday, which is one of the hardest areas in the game, so I'm kind of going about this a different way. Since my party was so strong, I was able to make it through that whole place, which is incidentally completely anti-magic. So my casters were pretty much useless the whole way through the crypt. But I found the sixth segment of the wand, which actually casts Heal All, the Heal All spell, infinite charges, which is pretty crazy. And I also found some really cool items. It's called the Death Ring. I found 3 of them. And they have a ranged attack of 70. It's like a boomerang, but it does tons of damage. Let me show you. Now I'm level 62 on most party members now. So the Death Ring, 70 range, plus 5 to hit, and it does 100 to 300 damage. So that's crazy. And let's see, anything else I found? I don't think... Oh, these Huntsman gloves I found. That's not that big of a deal. Oh, and I found molten harps. I think I have 3 or 4 of them now. Oh, hey, Christopher. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, the first time you catch the beginning. Cool. But the molten harps have a range of 70, and they do 160 to 380 damage on a group. So that's a really strong bard instrument. And I've maxed out my archmages. And that's about it. I did find these things called trick bricks, which cast Ice Storm, which is, you know, it's a mediocre spell, but at least it's something the wizards, the casters can use. And there's that wand segment, segment 6. Heal All. That's crazy, infinite charges. Alright, so I'm in Dargoth's Tower, level 2 now. I think there's 4 or 5 levels in this tower. So obviously there's stairs going up in the tower right there that I could probably just teleport to. But there could be other useful things in this level, so I'm going to keep going. Like here, for example, there was this little saying, a poem. In the darkest calm he stalks the men who seek the wand and read the 10. His cry is called, but none knows when. So maybe there'll be some more clues. And Arc Knight wants to join. Well, I don't think so. We have Fanscar in our party. It's crazy. You're doing all right? Well, I won't say anything about that auditorily then. But that's pretty funny. Cool. Seriously doubt anybody'd know what you said there, but just never know. So you're playing the kind of playing the waiting game, is that what you're saying? Yeah, that crypt area was extremely difficult. And you couldn't teleport. You couldn't use even a travel helm to get out of there. And it kind of locks you into the different areas once you move forward. So you have to complete it. And then it had a crazy live, what do they call it? Like a live snare? You can't save the game when that happens either. Another creature wants to join. Inframage. That's interesting. Nope, we're going to keep Fanscar. Wow, that's one giant room. There we go. Okay, now I can turn the lights on. Norseman. That's interesting. Let's cast Rhyme Fang. Oh, that's the other thing. I couldn't cast Trap Zap in the crypt because of the anti-magic zones. So I finally found a place where the rogue is very useful. So I kept getting possessed by traps and things. They would actually sometimes possess you or turn you insane. But luckily I could use the Exer wand, this here, to remove the possession. So the magic items still worked in the anti-magic zone. You just couldn't cast spells. Hey, Takaho, welcome to the stream. How are you? Giant figurine we'll toss. We don't need that. Okay. Let's use our Molten Harp. I'll show you how strong it is. Look at that. We are in Dargoth's Tower Level 2. And I mentioned earlier on the stream, where you probably weren't on, I actually cleared the crypt yesterday, which is a really, really hard area. So I have segment 6 of the Destiny Wand. The crypt is full of anti-magic zone, so you can't cast anything, and has really strong undead. In fact, some of the undead had like over 3,000 hit points. Like, let me find something I fought. Let's see. Desiccators, no, those are the weak ones. I know they had these. Oh, here we go. Force Ghosts. Yeah. See, these things would breathe fire, and they had up to 2,500 hit points. And that's their breath damage. And then, like, these Force Ghosts, they're interesting because when they'd hit you, all your items would become unequipped. And they can hit down to minus 23 armor class, but I had him in the melee range. The worst armor class I had was minus 29 because of my bard playing their spell. So they couldn't hit me. These Spiteful Ghosts, there was all kinds of really, really hard monsters in there. Oh, and I killed the Vampire Dragon too in there. But it doesn't, since I only killed one, it doesn't show enough about it. I just did a critical hit on it. And there was a ton of these malevolent vampires. And so anyway, it was a tough. So this Dargoth's tower is going to be a piece of cake compared to that. Yeah, the crypts were a vile place. Didn't every game have the crypts? Like part 1? It kind of did. They called it the catacombs in part 1. And I don't know enough about part 3 to know for sure. But yeah, my spellcasters were useless though. Even Fanscar. Since it was all anti-magic zone, Fanscar basically just sat there the whole time. But I didn't want to get him out of my party because I'd never be able to get him back. Because he's unique, he's one of a kind. So I just carried him along the whole time. It was kind of fun though. Okay. Miracle Mage. But yeah, I found these things called death rings, which are super strong. Good range items that never run out. It's a boomerang that does a lot of damage. And the hunter can use it. It's weird, the hunter can't use a regular boomerang, but he can use the death ring. Oh, and Saudra, she's doing like, 2,000 damage, or at least when she's attacking. I found an enemy in the crypt that she didn't kill with the first hit. He had so many hit points. He had like 3,000 hit points. She kicked him 8 times for like 2,500 damage and he didn't die. I was like, what? But then he died the next round, of course. I'll use my death rings on all these. Those ones that are further away. Taco says there's an item called Holy TNT hidden in part 3's coding. It was like Molten Harp. Might be a Monty Python. Yeah, actually I did find grenades and dynamite in the crypt. I sold quite a bit of them at what's it called? Garth's. The problem with them is they won't stack. So it would show like dynamite and it had a 1 next to it. And you'd have another dynamite with 1, but it wouldn't allow you to stack them. And you had to equip them as an item to use them. But what they cast was Manger's Mallet. Both of them cast that. So it'd be great to use in a anti-magic zone area where you're fighting like 100 enemies, but I didn't run across anything like that. Graham Chapman would be proud. Yeah. More Death Stars. Those are really rare. Hobbits? That's a weird looking hobbit. There goes Fansker casting Manger's Mallet for free again. That's so awesome. Hunter Bard. Let me make sure my hunter doesn't have something better than that. He has a diamond. The Bard has Travel Helm, which is also armor class 3. Okay, I can drop that then. Hey, Gringo, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Mafia is seething with anti-magic zones. That's a ways ahead, though. Yeah, that's how the crypt was. It was crazy. I'm gonna use my molten harp on these Norsemen. Ants, come. Finished home office. Now's for the fun part. Oh, cool. Glad to hear it. Slammers. Another elf cloak. See what Fansker does here. Oh, and that's the other thing I found was called a breath ring. And the NPCs can actually equip it. It's crazy. I'll show you here in a second. Because Fansker, I noticed, would keep getting injured by breath attacks. I'm like, man, that really sucks. Because see, he's an NPC, you can't really equip anything. But look, I can equip the breath ring. So all these others that show red, you can't equip. So see, he can't equip any item, but he could equip this breath ring. So now he doesn't take any damage from the breath attacks. So that is awesome. I had no idea that existed. Okay, we'll see you later, Takaho. Man, I'm filling up my items. Okay, that freed up a little bit. There, it just said Fansker blocks it when he's unharmed because of that ring. Yeah, I do have a ridiculous amount of gold. I have no place to spend it. Like there's an old sage in this game, and you have to pay sometimes like 200,000 gold to get advice and things. But even that, it's nothing. So they've really made the amount of gold you get ridiculous if you're not playing in legacy mode. If we were playing in legacy mode right now, I'd have like much less gold. But the normal mode really ups the experience in gold. Rhyme Fang. I guess I better go back and open that one door. Okay, so there was nothing really in here. Oh yeah, he Manger Malleted him. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. Let's just do a quick teleport over here. There we go. That hobbit looked like he was wearing a potato sack. That's pretty funny. It really did, didn't it? And it's so funny that they use the same hobbit graphic as the ogre, because in the Bard's Tale Volume 1, the hobbits there look different. They look like the dwarves. But here, these hobbits are like green and look like ogres. It's really weird. Oh, 29 hobbits there, I just realized. Okay. Yeah, see? There's the potato sack. Those are some tough hobbits. Oh, hey, Sir Percival. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Shuriken's an ogre figurine. Don't need those. I'm actually going to shoot these dragons. Morning coffee, just chilling. Cool. Smeagol's kin if they look like that. Yeah. My precious. Another boomerang. I'm going to change the bard song here to get different music. There we go, we got a dork ring again. The old dork ring. Drop that. Oh. Pure shield and embracers. Don't need them. Man, he's been going crazy with Manger's Mallet. Unidentified ring, okay. We'll have range wars here. Another flame horn. I have so many magic musical instruments, I'll never use them up. Okay, 32 hobbits. Use the molten harp on those. Oh, Manger's Mouth. There we go. I didn't need to do it. There's the bulldozer figurine again. That would be so cool if that was a real bulldozer. Christopher's having his morning coffee, he says. I'm so glad I got him in my party. He casts Manger's Mallet pretty often. Seems like there's about a 15% chance. Sure I have. Yeah, he already had it, okay. Another Alley's Carpet, which allows you to cast the carpet spell. So my Bard has one of those equipped. It gives armor class 2 bonus also. It's equipped in the item slot. So that one has 77 charges. This one only has 45. I'll drop it. I don't need it. Man, there's a crazy number of rooms here. Yeah, it's called Major Levitation. It prevents you from taking damage from certain traps. Oh, Gringo says he's having a glass of Australian white wine. Or Austrian, not Australian. Austrian. Yeah, it's basically levitation. You can see its effect right here. But with the batch spell I cast, it's a perpetual one. So the only time I use that item is if I'm in an anti-magic zone. Because you can use items there, you just can't cast spells. Ah, okay. Another dork ring. Molten harp, these guys. These sound effects. Ooh, 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 ooh. A brass giant can breathe? That's really strange. Just the kind of sound effects you guys want to hear while you're drinking your morning coffee. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I agree, Gringo. The sound effects are great. Mithril arrows and blood axe. Oh, speaking of which, Gringo's been doing a whole bunch of sound effects for me for Fortiverse. It's really fun. It's really exciting. All kinds of monster noises and stuff. So thanks for that, Gringo. Wicked vampires. Yeah, he's done like dwarf type noises, and I think you're working on goblin noises and like ogre types, and not to mention the voice acting you did. Gosh, I keep finding these dork rings that, of course, don't do anything. I think what I'm going to do is teleport out of here and come back after selling some junker guards. Since I'm right in a town, it'll be real quick. Okay, so we'll cast Port Arcane. Go to here. Let's identify all this junk. Adamant mace. Mithril arrows. Elf cloak. Shield ring. Shurikens, adamant sword, Slayer figurine, bulldozer figurine, spell spear. I still have yet to figure out the benefit of this thing. So it takes up a weapon slot. It's 3 to 18 damage, really weak. Plus 2 to, but you can throw at range 30. It's 5 to 20. Okay. Let's see, where is Garth's? Let's go level up. Oh, I did learn something else when I was playing in the crypt yesterday. I got a tip that said as you get deeper into dungeons, the critical hit ability and hide and shadows ability is required to be a higher number in order to be effective. So it was vague, so I'm not sure what that means exactly, but I'm assuming, let's say your critical's 200 and you go down 4 levels deep, maybe it takes 50 off of it each level you go down. I don't know what the exact numbers are because it didn't tell me, but I never knew that. So I don't know if the original Bard's Tale is the same way or not, but like my female hunter here has a critical hit of 520, and she's such high level, I don't think she ever misses with the critical hit. But maybe when your critical hit's only like 100 or 150, as you go down deeper, it just doesn't work. Just thought that was interesting. Okay, Garth's, where are you? There it is. I'm going to sell this no spin ring too, because I have the master key equipped, which does the same thing, surprisingly. Okay. Hey Mac, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Bard's Tale indeed. Okay, let's teleport back to where we were. Second. Okay. "32 hobbits." We'll cast Fanscar's Night Lance on them. Interestingly enough, I have Fanscar in my party, and he never casts that spell. He casts Manger's Mallet. So it's pretty funny that Fanscar's known for the Lance spell, and yet he casts Manger's spell. Man, these guys are pretty tough. I like that little one where he goes, "Oi." Because most of the time they're going, and then sometimes you hit one, they just go, "Oi." You can't tell if the death giants are male or female, Max says. I think they're male. It'll tell you killing him or it or her. So we'll have to see what it says. There's some death giants. I'll have her throw, I'll have my hunter throw her death ring at one. We'll see what happens. Him, it says him. So they are male. Okay, let's switch the bard song. Let's try this one. Hey T-Bone, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I'm gonna cast my own Manger's Mallet. Oh, we just got teleported. Interesting. That's the thing about the Bard's Tale dungeons. Like, you can be going through all this crazy maze of rooms, and all of a sudden you just find one that takes you somewhere else that's different. That's why I try to step on every square. We just got teleported again. Ah! Wow. So, we could have cheated and used phase door to get right into here, a teleport, but that's how you legitimately get in there. So you go through this whole maze of single square rooms, and then you go here, teleport you down there. Then this teleports you up there. Crazy. Plus, sometimes you'll miss clues that you need if you try to take shortcuts with phase door or teleport. Like, I may have missed some clues down here or in these areas. Original Bard's Tale was a master class on dungeon mapping. Yeah, absolutely. I can't think of any other game that has as sophisticated dungeons as the Bard's Tale series. Oh wow, look at that. This mini map helps tremendously. Because without it, I wouldn't have known this. That when I would step through here, you'd be going back to darkness. You'd have to go all the way through this again. Just look at that. That's just such a troll move. A voice says 3 words of wisdom must be found, or else stay closer to the ground. The look on that guy's face there really matches the sound effect. He's like... I wonder how you pronounce that. Bradycuses? I wonder what those are. That's interesting. I'm just going to start manga mouthing everything. Energons. What? Look at the name of this. It's My Bud. The monster is called It's My Bud. What the heck? I gotta see what this looks like. He shoots an arrow. Fansker cast Oskin's halt foe on some melee men. It did not reach. Okay. I want to see what his picture looks like. Oh, it was a troll. It's My Bud. Shoots an arrow. Oh, Bard's Tale. Funny, funny. Oh, he killed It's My Bud. Gosh, I wish I could interview Michael Cranford and ask him about this stuff. He probably wouldn't remember. It's another one of It's My Bud. It's like walking in with a Gatling gun. Weird. I thought we just got teleported. I'm like, man, the background's changed. That was weird. Wow. Christopher said he never did get into the Bard's Tale back in the day, but he had a notebook with maps he drew of several gold box games, Eye of the Beholder, and a couple other games. Yeah, Bard's Tale was like really hard. Overly hard compared to the gold box games. But that's cool, having those old maps. Do you ever do something like a long time ago and you save it and then you stumble across it like 20, 30 years later? You're like, man, I kind of remember doing this, but I don't remember like the details on it. It always seems so weird. Silk dragons, that's weird. Christopher says, kind of wish he still had it. Would look cool next to his little Windows XP laptop he's working on. Cool. You have the old world map you drew in color, the D&D campaign. That's cool. Yeah, I stumbled across some, it wasn't colored anyways, but some old maps I had drawn for when I was a dungeon master. It's like you look at them, you're like, man, I do not remember drawing all that. It's my bud. We're gonna mama you. Whoa, those guys are tough. Melee, man. They can have up to 1,200 hit points. Eventually, you intend to remake it with Campaign Cartographer, which is on Humble Bundle right now for $30. Cool. Yeah, I started downloading. I got that pack you had mentioned, Christopher, for $5. I started downloading a bunch of that stuff. So far, a lot of it looks like junk, but there might be some useful things in there. A voice says, the law of the wise is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. Okay. Oh, we got teleported again. Sheesh. There's a few useful things in that bundle. A few really good games. And a ton of really bad, crappy games. That's cool that there's some really good games in there. It'll probably just be difficult to sift through and figure out which ones are really good. If you know of any of the specifics ones that are real good, let me know. A voice says, the first says dwell, the second hell, the third of wisdom it will tell. Okay. Ballad giants. Now he decides to cast Manger's mallet. It's like, why didn't you just do that in the first place, Fanscar? Teleported. Eight-wheeler dealers, but it's spelled W-E-E-L-R. That's so weird. Okay, let's see if I can teleport out of here. Sweet. Christopher says it was worth $5 for the Iron Sword Delve package alone. Picked up the hardback and physical cards for that when it released, but didn't opt for the PDFs and have regretted it. Oh, cool. hang on to some of that stuff in case I run into more anti-magic zones. There's a lot of this area I didn't clear either. I should do it. Those are some ugly looking gnomes. Let's use our heal all wand. Oh man, I'm gonna have that the rest of the game. Because I went and completed the crypt early. Oh, cool, Christopher. That'd be great. That's really weird. Something odd. Weird. I don't know what that means. Something odd. That's all it says. It is quite odd. So there's nothing in here. That is weird. I wonder what that was all about. Oh, that's draining spell points. Magic mouth on the wall speaks to you, saying this: "What truly counts is rarely said. Ask the wise of the maze of dread." Okay. I found an interesting place in the statistics area. We can see all kinds of things about this. So I've played the game from part 1 up till now, a total of 39 hours in game. It shows you how many steps you've taken. So 37,000 steps. I've killed 25,000 monsters. Spells cast 3,200. Damage dealt 5.9 million. We've fought a total of 1,700 battles. We've summoned 84 monsters. And we've taken 41,000 damage. Bought 64 items. We've used 1,900. That's just cool statistics. Ranged attacks, we've done 941. And then you can look at each character. So here's Lance, my paladin. The paladin's killed 1,600 monsters. The monk's 2,100. Hunter 2,000. Bard 3,000. And then the caster's 5,500 and 6,900. It's interesting. They've attained a total of 116 levels, the casters, because I've switched classes. Oh, and I played blackjack one time. There's a blackjack mini game in this game in the city. I just wanted to see what it was. So I went in there and played a hand of it and won. I've had 0 losses on it. That's funny. Interesting. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it shows stats for NPCs. No, it doesn't. No, the original game did not keep track of that stuff. It didn't have any of that. Okay, let's teleport back out and sell some more. Party has developed a gambling addiction. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, the original game didn't have the store, I don't know, the bank to deposit items and money, and it didn't have the gambling. Ooh, yes, another Xer wand. Nice, I've been waiting for one of those. Awesome. Because that's the only way I could dispossess my characters in the crypt. Look, we just got kicked out. That's another cool, like, feature of the game. It's real time. So we were sitting there in the shop and we just got booted out. I wasn't done selling. I'm not going to use those, might as well sell them. Okay. Anger's Mallet sure speeds things up. It's 80 spell points. But since we can just teleport out of here and replenish, makes it quite easy. Okay, we have one room left down here. Ooh, dissension in the ranks. We got Fanscar against us. There's a spell that calms down. It's this one, Camaraderie. 50% chance of calming any or all monsters in your party that have turned hostile. Ah, anti-magic aura. Wow, Cranford, you really did us in here. Okay, so what I'll have to do is kill Fanscar and then resurrect him. I'll have my hunter do the honors. There, resurrected him again. Guess Fansker got tired of partying with us. Okay, that's really weird. So that's all that was in there. Okay, well, we exhausted this level. Okay. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it quits for now. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you next time.